I am not sure, but we are live again. So it looks like we lost a connection here. Oh, okay. So for whatever reason, it gives me only 15 minutes at a time. So I'll have to figure out
Oh,
how to go back and fix that, which is fine because we've got 15 minutes left anyway. So yeah, right when I stopped it, that was right when it stopped. So so I'll have to figure out exactly how to fix that going forward. I'm sorry about the interruption. So we ended off right at the part where where you were saying that everything fell in line after you did that book, and then we were getting ready to get into the tax questions that I have for you.
okay. As I was stating, launching the book, and then also launching a recent travel agency, I felt that it was really important for me to know exactly what my responsibilities are of being a responsible owner, business owner. So one thing I felt I need to do is learn about taxes. It's one thing to know individual taxes for your personal, regular W-2 jobs and things. But when it comes down to business, where people are losing their business just over small amounts of dollars, just because of business. Taxes has always been something where a person can lose their entire livelihood. So I thought it was really a benefit to learn the industry. So
Yes, ma'am. So I've got a couple of questions from people that want to do the same thing and begin to learn. And these questions, I think they're going to help a lot of people that listen that, again, want to begin. They want to begin working for themselves, whether it's part-time, out, a couple of hours a week and you keep your full-time job or whatever it is. So the first question is, how much money should I set aside as a self-employed business owner?
Okay, that's a great question. If you are just starting out, it's suggested to just get started saving, just like you would for any other bill. Just start putting money aside. Have a tax bill, and it could be as small as 10%. For beginners is what's been. But if you are established business, I've been in for a couple of years. Anywhere from 20 to 30% is what's suggested to set aside.
Okay. So the next question is, does my spouse's tax debt affect me when filing my taxes and receiving any refunds?
That is a loaded question.
Yes, it is.
And that's an excellent question because, a lot of people are fearful of getting married because of their spouses or soon-to-be spouses' debt. But
especially tax debt and child support debt, especially those two.
Right.
I ain't having it.
You ain't getting in my bank account.
Okay.
I don't care what you did before me. But anyway, so yes. So what we do suggest as tax preparers, I'm going to answer that question by saying yes, you can be affected. But no, you don't have to be affected. So the way, and a lot of individuals I've noticed, we try to avoid joint taxes, but it's really more beneficial to prepare your taxes as a joint, marriage joint. So when you do that, if whichever spouse has an outstanding debt with either, like you said, child support or any kind of tax debt, there's a form entitled, the number is 8379. The title of that is called Injured Spouse Allocation. You request that form for the individual who should not be affected by the other spouse's debt. So, and to know if you're qualified to, get to you to be able to use those benefits, definitely talk with your tax preparer and be open about, going on in the household.
Absolutely.
Better prepared.
Cool.
Great question.
Yeah, I kind of I shared a similar experience to the person who asked that question because my former husband, my second husband, y'all, I'm working on Elizabeth Taylor's record when it comes to husbands. But anyway, my second former husband, I dealt with that, and so I would actually file married filing separately. And you're right, had I had somebody to help me through that process, I would have done the injured spouse route, because we gave up, I think, several credits because I just did not want to be affected by his, financial foolery when it came to whatever I feel like I worked hard for and wanted to earn back. Okay, so the next question. I did not file taxes for the last 3 years, and I do not know how much I owe. What is my first step? Okay, so your first step is to get your life together. But anyway, I digress. What is your answer to that?
Oh, my goodness. Yes. We all do not want to pay the tax bill. Uncle Sam is already in our pockets all through the year. But you have to, pay up. You got to just be ready for the conversation. So, I did not pay in the last 3 years. What should I? First, I want everyone to know. Everyone may know, I'm not quite sure. But each year that you don't pay, of course, you are accumulating. And if you have a debt, let's put it this way. If you are a taxpayer who has not paid in several years and you know that you owe, you're actually building penalties. You're accruing penalties over those years. So, and every year you have 3 years for every year to report that stuff. Finally report your earnings and things. So, example, if you did not file in 2016, you have until April of 20 to file.
Cool. And is that of the next year?
Huh?
Is that April of the next year?
Yes. It sounds like 4 years, but it's technically 3 years. So.
Got you.
But yes. So you have 3 years for every 1 year that you don't file. You have to, get it done within 3 years. So the first step you want to do is go on either the website, irs.gov, and just simply request your transcript for any year that you haven't paid. And what they'll do is show everything that you owe, and they will give you a full detail.
Okay.
Of your previous.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you don't owe any money, you can still collect your money. So please file. Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of people, I've come across, and again, I was connected to for a while, someone who thought that if you hide or if you run away from it or ignore it, the problem doesn't go away. No, if you don't handle the problem will eventually handle you. So ignoring those letters and all that stuff will get you. As a matter of fact, some years ago, one of my oldest child's uncles in Kansas, I'll never forget this. We were getting ready to take a trip. And I mean, the dude was, pretty wealthy for, the demographic that we were around. And I never seen a grown man cry like this until this day. I mean, he shed a couple tears because we got ready to hit the road. His whole bank account was wiped out. I mean, yep, IRS. I mean, the IRS, THEIRS. Okay, but it's theirs. And they reminded him that day. Woo, I'm laughing, but it's sad. Anyway, yeah.
And what we also don't realize is not only do they have access to your bank account, but they have access to all property that you may own. That's including businesses, any house, home that you may own. They can place liens on your property.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so let me see how many minutes we have left for this. Okay, we've got about 4.5 minutes left for this last question and then the wrap up. So the final question: I'm single. I have no children. I have low income. Am I still required to pay taxes?
That is a great question. Very great question.
Mm-hmm.
And referred to my here that yes, if you make a certain amount of money within the year,
mm-hmm.
You are required to file taxes. Now, if you are single, no children, and low income, some states, I know where I'm located right now,
mm-hmm.
In California, the state has allowed individuals to still receive earned income credit for being low income. And it's basically just to, give a hand up for individuals who are working and trying. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that is pretty dope.
I didn't put an option in some states. So
cool. Absolutely.
But as far as just single person moving forward, the minimum, if you made anywhere of $1,000, $10,400, then yes, you have to file. If you made anywhere underneath that, like in the 9,000 and lower range, no, you're not required to file.
Okay. That is awesome. Well, this is good stuff. I'm so appreciative of you joining me tonight. Good stuff for our listeners later on to chime in on. You guys make sure that you drop your comments. If you have any additional questions, Tanya will be checking back and we'll be updating comments to answer your questions. Remember, you can visit her at TanyaSpeaksTruth.com. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Any closing comments?
I just want to say I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
And many blessings and many, many more years and to come with your audience and the information I know you're going to share with them and just nuggets that is going to allow them to grow and step out on faith like we did.
Yes, crazy faith. Hashtag crazy faith, y'all. Like, if it ain't faith, if it still makes sense and you can wrap your mind around it, that ain't no real faith. It's got to confine the minds of everybody around you. They got to look at you and say you are crazy, ridicule you for it. That's when you know you're on the right path and you like your dreams to be so big, you are uncomfortable talking to small-minded people about it. That's that crazy faith level. That's when you know you breaking out from whatever you in.
Exactly. And what God has for you is truly for you.
Yes.
Do not worry about the next step. Just take and move forward.
Absolutely. Oh, I feel so energized. I've got some studying to get ready to do and some more homework and all that jazz. You guys have an amazing night. Thank you for listening. And you can visit NicoleLawson.com for products, information, booking requirements. I would love to come and be a part of your next organization. I sing, I model, I act, and I speak. And above all, I motivate. It is my passion to encourage people to keep showing up for life, show up for life in a big way, and to allow your light to shine from everybody. And that light comes from one source only. That is our one true source, and that's God. You guys have an amazing night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.